Hello students, welcome back to Dr. Noor Jahan channel. Here we are exploring the world of business management with Dr. Noor. So today I am here to teach you a very important topic in leadership, that is transactional leadership. As from past 7 videos of mine, you have seen what is leadership and various theories of leadership. Then one important concept is left out in our leadership chapter, that is transactional leadership and transformational leadership. So today's video I will teach you transactional leadership, and next video I will teach you transformational leadership. Okay, so first let us talk about the transactional leader. So before I start the topic, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If no, please do it right now and keep watching my videos. Complete videos you have to watch, then only your learning will be successful one. And please like my videos, share my videos, correct, and ask your friends to subscribe for my videos. By doing that, you will be supporting my channel. So with that request, let us go on with transactional leadership. Yes. So what is transactional leadership? Let me give you an example first before I start with the exact concept. Like students, you must have come across two types of leaders. Let me give you your house example itself. In your house, what happens is one person will be responsible for doing a particular job, right? Maybe your mother is responsible for carrying out the all household management, right? So, and she ensures that see, her job is taking care of family, sending you to the schools or colleges, and managing house, correct, and taking care of all needs, requirements. So that is what your mother have to do. So in that process, what your mom will do, she ensures that children will do her duty, then husband will do the duty, and everyone in their house, the things, everything is going on fine, so that the work will go on fine at home. Children will go to school and they'll have food on time, and husband will go to office. So to ensure all household chores are happening properly, she will perform this as a leader. This kind of leadership, we call it as transactional leadership. In order to carry on with the daily work, what leadership efforts are required, that we call it as transactional leadership. On the other hand, sometimes some problem have come in the family, so your mom is not able to manage the show with her own transactional leadership. Then to solve the problem, she will take correct some opinion from the expert, and I try to solve the problem, or your father will intervene and try to settle the issue, or maybe correct, or any issues through his charismatic personality, he should be able to solve it, or your grandmother is able to solve that, because she is so influencing and people listen to her, and automatically people will follow her. So if for example the children have to follow the mom, sometimes children will take mother very lightly, then you don't know how to change your children's behavior. So you request one charismatic leader to influence them. That can be your father and maybe your grandparents. So they will influence you to do what is required. Then job will be done. So if your personality itself, the work is happening, then it is called as transformational leadership. So hope you got to know the ordinary course of action. Once it is completed in daily routine tasks, it is transactional leadership. Then a charismatic personality try to influence people and complete the task. We call it as transformational leadership. So today we do the detailed concept about transactional leadership. So transactional leadership is defined as influence of a leader towards its subordinates. So influence of a leader towards its subordinates, correct? So transactional leadership is one. Household example I have given you. Now I'll give you the example of corporate sector. So what a manager will do was, our manager will ask subordinate, look, our organization have taken this objective, the sales of our organization should go up by 20%. For that, all of us have to work towards it. So you do this, you do this, you do this. He will share the work and he will then finish this in this 1 week. Then that performance, if you finish, then the subordinate will ask you, if you finish in 1 week, what we will get? I'll give you reward. If you don't finish in 1 week, what you do? Punishment. Your increment will be held up, no bonus will be given to you. So a transactional leadership is defined as influence of a leader towards his subordinate using reward and punishment. Reward also he uses if they do well. punishment if they don't do well, as a form of motivational medium. So transactional leadership make use of two motivation tools. One is reward, one is punishment. So it's an ordinary course of work. What a leader will make the subordinate to perform. If they perform, he'll reward them. If they don't perform, he will punish them. So that kind of leadership, we call it as transactional leadership. So the transactional leadership is also known as managerial leadership, because a manager, every day he will be performing this job. It's a routine work what he does. Everyday job, everyday work what he does. So transactional leadership is also called as managerial leadership. So transactional leadership is a style of leadership in which the leader promotes compliance of his followers through both rewards as well as punishment. So somehow you have to ensure that people will do the task with reward or with punishment. That is why it is also called as managerial leadership. Now, transactional leadership is also called as a true leadership style, because when I am a leader, I am supposed to do my basic work. You remember today I taught you leadership theory. There I told you leaders are two types of leader you have. One is task oriented leader, one more is people oriented leader. So task oriented leader only is successful in majority of the time when the task has to be accomplished. That is why this transactional leadership is also called as a true leadership style, because he will make sure that the job is completed. Transactional leadership, the leader has the right to punish his or her subordinates if the performance is not according to the determined standard. So transactional leadership, the leader has the right to punish his or her subordinates if their performance is not according to the standard. If they have not done well, he has right to punish them. So the term transactional refers to the fact that this type of leader essentially motivates subordinates by changing reward for performance. Name itself says transaction, so routine activity, correct? So transaction leadership has more of an more of an autocratic style, correct, where you're just trying to make the people do their job, correct, perform their job according to the requirement and go on. More than that, he don't spend time in motivating them through any other means and all. He don't believe. It is a kind of transaction. The leadership is carried out here. So the qualities of transactional leadership, when you wanted to be a very successful as a transactional leader, what qualities you should have? The qualities of transactional leadership should be passive. He should have passive, correct, personality towards the subordinate, and you have to ensure that the people will perform the job according to the task. So it's very, very important quality what a leader should have. The next, contingent reward and management by exception. He have to link the performance with the reward. Otherwise, people are not going to perform well. And management by exception. Sometimes no reward will not work. So some exception he will work it out, and he will tell people, today it's a special task, so a special thing you are doing it, I will be giving you the special benefits like this. Then you have reward and punishment, correct? That we already discussed. So qualities of transactional leadership, he should be passive, and he should his leadership style depends upon reward and sometimes MBE, and reward and punishment. So these are the qualities of transactional leadership. The next you have, so directive and action oriented, right? See, like I told you, manager have to make you the exact work what is required. We have to make him do that job. There is no other alternative there. That is why he should be directive in nature, able to give the instruction to the subordinate what they have to do, and it should be action oriented. It should be in action always. It cannot that he sit and make the people do. No, he should be working along with that. That is what is a major quality of transactional leader, because people will just see him and work. See, manager only is doing, we also should do. That kind of attitude people will have, and they are willing to work within existing system. So whatever is available with them, they will do, and they negotiate to attain the goal of the organization. They talk to the management and ask for more incentives if it is required, but ensure that the goals of organizations are achieved. They tend to think inside the box when solving the problems. So whenever any problems are there, so they are willing to work with whatever present conditions they have. They are willing to negotiate with the management if they want something else, and they try inside the box and solve the various problems which comes in their way of doing the job and ensure that job is done at the end of the day. So these are the qualities our transactional leader should possess. So almost all managers are transactional leaders, students. And in my earlier class I told you, managers may be leaders or may not be leaders. Correct? They may be leader, may not be leader. If they are not leader also, they are doing the job of transactional leader because you have been paid for that. You have been assigned the duty of monitoring and ensuring that the work goes on properly. That is why by virtue of your position, authority, you are doing the job. So that is why the transactional leadership is very important. The advantages or role of transactional leader is it provides incentives and reward to the employees, and people are clear about their job, what they have to do. They have very short-term goal towards their work and they control rewards. So these are the 4 advantages of transactional leadership you have. Each manager, correct, if he is a good transactional leader, these are the advantages we can have. The short-term goal can be achieved very easily, reward can be controlled very easily, structure and job can be made clear very easily, and rewards can be given easily because each job is connected to the reward. Then the drawbacks of a transactional leader is that they tend to be more reactive. They don't be proactive. They don't predict what may happen, what changes we have to do in advance. They don't do all those things because they lead life as work comes. They do it. They don't think in advance and take some steps to solve the problem. So those things, transactional leaders tend to be more reactive to changes in market conditions. The transactional leader also promote a rigid hierarchy, very rigid hierarchy. So you remember, students, I taught you 2 types of organization structure, the tall structure and flat structure. So this transactional leadership believe in tall structure. See, if you are reporting it to me, you can talk to only me. I internally talk to the boss above me. Then he internally talk to the boss above him. You can't go directly and talk to the top level manager. So a very rigid hierarchy is being followed here because very discipline is very important here, and the formal relationship is very important here, and they are very slow to respond and to take advantage. As I told you, they are reactive. Some problem happens, they will solve. They don't predict the problem in advance and solve the issue before. That is why they are very slow to respond and take advantage. So those are the drawbacks of transactional leadership. But whatsoever it is, transactional level is first level of leadership. Every leader has to perform this role because he is paid for this and is being appointed for this. And every manager is supposed to perform this transactional leadership. Correct? And this leadership, they do it by virtue of authority and responsibility. So that's all we have under transactional leadership, students. Hope you are able to understand the concept. If you are able to understand, you like my video, please you press the like button, correct? And you subscribe to my channel and share my videos to your friends and help support my channel. So till then, take care. See you in next class where we'll be discussing about transformational leaders, correct? Who are transformational leaders? That I'll be teaching in the next class. Till